Welcome back to my hospital room. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable life-size apple. So grab your 4mm crochet hook and let's get started. So we're going to begin this apple working right here where this stem starts, and this is the bottom, and that's where we end. So to begin, make a magic ring. So make an X. There we go. And you're going to do 6 single crochets inside. So 1. Next, pull your magic circle closed, and you're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch, or increase all the way around for a total of 12 single crochets. So after you do your first stitch, feel free to insert your stitch marker or paper clip, and then do your second single crochet in that same stitch, and you're done your first increase. Begin round 3 by increasing. So do 2 single crochets in your first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And then repeat this pattern. So increase in the next stitch, then single crochet, and you'll end up with a total of 18 single crochets by the end of the round. Begin round 4 by increasing. So do 2 single crochets in your first stitch, and then in the next 2 stitches, you're going to do a single crochet in each one. Repeat this pattern all the way around for a total of 24 single crochets. For the next round, you're going to begin by increasing. Then insert your stitch marker after you do your first stitch. So 2 single crochets in your first stitch, then in your next 3 stitches, just do a single crochet in each one. And repeat this pattern for a total of 30 single crochets. Now for the next 8 rounds, you're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch for a total of 30 single crochets. So now that I've done my 8 rounds of single crochets, I'm going to begin decreasing. So I'm going to go under the front part of the V of 2 stitches and then pull through all 3 loops on my hook. That is my first decrease. And then I'm going to do 3 regular single crochets. And then I'm going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 24 single crochets. Begin your next round by decreasing. Followed by 2 single crochets. Repeat that pattern all the way around for a total of 18 single crochets. For the next round, decrease. And then do 1 single crochet. And repeat that all the way around for a total of 12 single crochets. Now your apple looks like it's starting to take shape, and before we decrease and it gets too small to put in your stuffing, grab that stuffing, rip it into small pieces, and put it inside. Make sure not to overstuff because we're eventually going to pull the top and the bottom together to make it more realistic. So don't overstuff, but still add in that stuffing. So for your final round, you're going to decrease all the way around. Now you're going to cut your yarn and then grab your needle, string it on your yarn, and we're going to sew up this little hole here. So you want to go into half your V of every stitch. So you should end up going under 6 pieces. There we go. And once you've done that, pull shut so that you no longer have a hole. And then you're going to poke your needle inside and pull it through the hole where we started. And you're going to pull, pull, pull. This is the bottom of your apple. So you want to make it cinched in a bit so that it looks realistic. And then up here at the top, you're going to poke back down, go over a stitch, and then poke back down and through your middle bottom again. And notice it looks a lot more like an apple already. Now you can keep going up and down like this as many times or as few times as you would like, as long as it keeps its shape. There we go. That seems good to me. And once you're satisfied, you can go through a piece of the stitching. Let's see. Go through a piece and poke your hook through the little hoop. Instead of pulling, poke your hook, or poke your needle, I should say, through the loop. And that just makes like a tiny little knot. And then it won't come undone. And then just poke your hook or your needle out into a random part of the apple. Now that your knot is in place, and cut your yarn. There we go. So to make your stem, what you're going to do is chain 5, so begin with a slip stitch. There we go. Now I'm going to chain 5. And now you're going to do a slip stitch all the way back down. So we get back down to our starting point. So that's going to be a total of 4 slip stitches. Down. Done the stem. So to end it, all you're going to do is chain off. So do a chain and pull, pull, pull. Snip your yarn, and your stem is done. So grab your green and let's start making your leaf. So start with a slip stitch, and then you're going to chain 10. Now you're going to do 2 slip stitches. And that just makes the tail part that we sew in. So the stem, I guess, of the leaf. So 2 slip stitches, then you're going to do a half double crochet. So wrap around, pull through, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Then a double crochet, wrap around, pull through 2 loops, and then the other 2. And then you're going to do 3 triple crochets. So wrap around twice, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops, and go through your final 2 loops. Now you're going to do a double crochet, and then a half double crochet, and then a slip stitch. Okay, Now you're at the tip of the leaf, so what you're going to do is chain 1, begin with a slip stitch, then do a half double crochet, then a double crochet, next do a triple crochet, then a double crochet, half double crochet, and finally a slip stitch. There we go. Now you can cut your yarn. And your leaf is done. To begin, you're just going to, this end here, which is at the top of the leaf, you're just going to sew it down, go under a couple stitches, just so that it doesn't come undone. There we go. That should be good. And you're going to cut your yarn. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about that piece. And now we're going to sew in our leaf and our stem. So you can do either first, it doesn't matter, but we might as well do the leaf since we just did a part of that, so we can finish it. So before you start sewing it in, you're going to go underneath this piece here. Okay. And actually you can pull through like so. And now you're just going to position your leaf, sort of hold it in place where you think you want it. That looks good to me. And now you're going to pick up a piece of your apple around where you want it, pull through, there we go. And now you're going to poke into your apple, or poke into your leaf again. So now go to the other side of your leaf, grab a piece of the V, like so, and then go into your apple again, into your red, and then grab the other piece of your leaf. Like so. Now, just go down, grab that piece, pop it into your apple, poke out, there we go, that looks good. And now you're going to poke up into your leaf again. And this is just securing this stem bit. And then just poke through the middle of your leaf and go out into a random part of your apple. Pull your string through. Make sure it looks right. Yep, that looks right to me. And then snip it. Next, grab your stem and you're just going to pick where you want it. So I think right about there was good. You're going to poke into the piece of your apple where you want it, poke out. That looks about right. Now you're going to poke into your brown stem again, like so, and then poke back into your apple, and poke out into a random spot in your apple. There we go. Now grab your other piece of your string, and notice that corner's not fully stitched down yet. Well, it will be shortly. So poke it straight down into your apple, and then you're going to poke out, and then we're just going to poke through the brown stem again with this piece. So poke it through the brown, and then just poke out down into a random part of your apple. And there you have it. Your brown stem is complete. You can snip your brown, and you finished your apple. So I hope you enjoyed following my pattern, and stay tuned for my next amigurumi fruit.